Okay, so great. Yes, so I'm Vishwana. I'm having like overall 12 years of experience on this IT domain initially. And like mine is like completely, I'm into the cybersecurity specialist and again all the three clouds specialists also. And again, meanwhile, I'm a Python developer and again Python automation engineer. And again, after that, like I used to work with the computer networking also. And again, where I need to try and like multiple technologies, including data analysis, data engineering, and again, data scientist. So, and again, cybersecurity also. That is like my past 7 years and 10 profession. And also, I'm working in one of the IT company, one of the IT MNC company, into the cybersecurity specialist. Yes, so this is what my role. Yes, so now can we move forward that like what we are going to learn in this course? I think this is a demo class, right? Completely.
Yes.
Yes. So I think like everyone need to learn about like what exactly we are going to learn. Okay. Yes. So these are the syllabuses what we are going to take, especially only the three tools: Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, right? But the prerequisite before this, you should have some Git knowledge. I mean, one of the source code management tool, you should have some knowledge on this. Is it okay, right? Everyone. I think many of them are developers here, and again, many of them are having experiences. And again, not many of them. I think everyone is having a great experience here. And again, they have like specialist in their own domain. Here, just we are focusing that only these three specific tools: Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes. So, what is this Docker? What is this Kubernetes? We're going to see in the next upcoming classes, taking depth of understanding. Correct, right? So what is Docker basically? What is the Kubernetes basically? And again, what is the Jenkins? Like, so meanwhile, I need to understand. So what is the DevOps concept? Why in the DevOps concept, these three tools are available? Anyone, any idea on this? What is DevOps generally? Because these three tools are into the DevOps tools, right? We are having a multiple phases, right? CI, CG, I mean, continuous gathering. Continuous development, continuous planning, and again continuous testing. I think is it my screen is visible? Oh, it's audible, right?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, continuous testing and again continuous. See, Yeah, this is what we need to communicate only these three tools especially. See, this is what basically continuous integration and also like called as a continuous deployment also very important. This one CD and again CD. So we are going to call like multiple stuff here. Clear, right? Everyone? I think just like I'm noting here, what and all the tools are available for competition of continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment. This is called as a completely continuous integration tool. Jenkins, Travia CI, Circle CI, Bamboo, Azure DevOps, AWS Code Pipeline, Bamboo, and again, Argo CD, Octopus. There are many more tools, right? So, but here we are going to learn about like what is Jenkins here, and again, how to run the multiple jobs and again, pipeline jobs. All these things we can see like in depth, and again, containerization tools like Docker. Why Docker? Docker is a company name. Containerization is a platform. And again, there is a like equivalent competition for Docker, Nomad, Linux containers, and again, Microsoft containers, Racket, etc. And again, for Kubernetes, and again, for container orchestration tools, we are having Kubernetes, OpenShift containers, Docker Swarm, Mesosphere. Like this, like multiple tools we have for competition of container orchestration tool, right? So, but here we are going to learn, especially in my classes. So this is a Jenkins and you can Docker Kubernetes syllabus. I think everyone is having this page, right? This link everyone is having. Mohit, Murali, Nayak, Venugopal, Swati.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Swati is a new joinee and again Venugopal is a new joinee, I think. Swati, can you give him like a quick introduction about yourself? Hello. Hello everyone. Swati, is it audible, right? Swati? Venugopal? Okay, might be they're not responding. Yeah. Anyway, now we can go ahead like this. This is audible, right? So I think everyone like these are the syllabus like Jenkins and again Docker Kubernetes, where I need to go with like completely. So like DevOps introduction also I used to do on this. And again, importance of DevOps software releases. And again, Jenkins introduction, especially what are CI/CD, popular tools for CI/CD in the market, and the introduction of Jenkins and the installation of Jenkins, and again creating and again explanation of a master slave architecture to execute Jenkins jobs, and again explanation like how the terminologies what we are using in the Jenkins. So I think like someone is working here, Azure DevOps, right? Who is that like Azure DevOps? Either Ravi, either Rahul might be. Ravi, are you the one, right?
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, Ravi. Like you work in the Azure DevOps, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So especially, yes, Ravi, like it be like online, right? So what exactly the difference between Azure DevOps and Jenkins here? Any idea? I mean,
Yeah. The main difference which I found is like Azure DevOps is actually it's a combination of so many things like not only the CI/CD we get in the Azure DevOps, we'll get so many things like we can do the project management, we can do the test management, we can store the artifacts, and we can do everything.
okay,
But when it comes to the Jenkins, my assumption is like it this tool is used only for the CI/CD continuous integration and content development deployment, as well as for the storing the artifacts. This is my understanding actually.
Okay.
I think we can't do the project management and test management using this, and also yeah, these are the thing. This is the thing which I identified.
Okay. Great. So really, Ravi, it was like great understanding. But yeah, meanwhile, like I need to understand if that make so especially in the Jenkins, right? We are mainly discussing about like pipelines and again multi-branch pipeline jobs and again how to write a declarative Ruby pipeline jobs. All these things we are going to discussing, right? So, but here, but especially in the Azure DevOps, we have like build pipelines and again release pipelines, right? See, especially I'll show this. Everyone, please understand like this Azure DevOps pipeline. Actually, Azure DevOps is it's a completely ready-made pipeline jobs. Same thing here also. See, this is what like Azure DevOps pipeline, the block diagram I'm showing you. And again, in this Azure DevOps pipeline, we have like build pipelines and again release pipelines. And again, the build pipeline task is different. And again, the release pipeline task is different. But especially in this case, in the Azure, I mean, in the Jenkins pipeline, what is this exactly? Here we have just like it is we have like multiple branches pipeline also and again parallel jobs also multiple things we have. Just I'm giving the block diagram visualization, that's it. But still anyway we need to debug on this completely in depth of understanding like what exactly we are writing here the code. Okay, now we'll go back here. What is it? Sorry. Yes. So here we're going to learn about like Jenkins deep dive, walking through the Jenkins console, and again creating a free start project with pipeline syntaxes, creating a pipeline project, and again creating a multi-branch pipeline project, and again Jenkins integration with like GitHub and again fix the projects. And again like so basically Jenkins is an open source tool here compared to Azure DevOps because nowadays who is the main competition for Jenkins? Azure DevOps. But Azure DevOps will handle with only the limited resources where we can deploy into the only into the Microsoft cloud. But here, Jenkins, it is also integrated to the multiple clouds, and again, it is an open source tool, and again, no need to, and again, meanwhile, there is like a lot of community developers for any kind of troubleshooting. Okay. Jenkins is mainly depending upon the Java. I mean, it was built with like Java, right? So, and again, Jenkins is dependencies tool with Java especially. And again, Jenkins is a plugin tool. So in the Jenkins, we can have like a lot of plugin tools. Clear? So suppose like if I want to integrate from the Jenkins to GitHub, yes, Jenkins to SonarQube, JFrog, and again Docker Hub, Trivia, and again Kubernetes, Terraform, and again to store any secrets, we can also use the HashiCorp World. Clear, right? And again the Jenkins configurations, how to do all these jobs, and again Jenkins Blue Ocean, and again Jenkins configuring with the multiple jobs parameters, upstream jobs, downstream jobs, and again this is a backup things. All these servers will be available here. Next, in the Docker. So any idea about like Docker? I want like here we need to have a interaction session. So that's why like my question is, what is container? What is container? Any idea? So before understanding this one, what is the difference between virtualization and again containerization? Any idea? Hello everyone. Yes, see container and again virtualization. What is the main difference? Basically, nowadays we are talking about only these three concepts. What are the three concepts? Monolithic, monolithic, microservices, microservices, and serverless. Correct, right? So monolithic means it is a each application requiring each infrastructure, right? And again, what is the microservices? Have you heard about like any kind of microservices? Whenever it comes into the microservices, I'm talking about like only the operation perspectives. We're discussing facts about the operational and cost and managing perspectives. Okay. Here, monolithic. In this monolithic, if I want, if I want to create one of the web application like www.jdbc.com or www.ravi.com, www.rahul.com, www.gautam.com, someone like might be Swati.com. For this, we require a, for each application, for each website, we require one server, right? Like this, if I want like 10 applications, I require 10 server. But in the microservices, 10 applications, 10 websites, we can define the same machine with installing hypervisor, hypervisor of Docker engine. Okay, which is the hypervisor of container engine. I wanted that word, container engine, right? Docker is the company name. Container, container is the platform. Okay, right? Is it okay for everyone? Please respond, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So now, what is this basically? So we need to display like example in our phone, right? So can we install dual WhatsApp? Yes, we can install the dual WhatsApp. How is it we can install the dual WhatsApp? I think someone is chatting here. All right, thank you. Yeah. So if I want to install dual WhatsApp, I can install in my phone. How it is possible? With the help of containerization platform. What is that exactly? What is the main difference again? One more virtualization. I want to discuss your black diagram. Just a moment. All right. So what is the virtualization basically here? Exactly, the virtualization is nothing but sharing the hardware resource is called as a virtualization, and again the containerization is nothing but sharing the operating system resource. So what are the operating system resources here basically? The operating system resources are nothing but libraries, kernels, and again binaries, and again executable files, and any kind of configuration files, and also namespaces, and again C group. This is called as a container platform. And again, what is the virtualization platform? Sharing the hardware resource, exactly the hardware of RAM or ROM or else like any kind of space allocation to the from one operating system to the other operating system is called as a virtualization platform. Okay, right? So that's why everyone nowadays focusing that everyone requires a small containers. Like how exactly? Like suppose take an example. Now, if I develop any kind of with the help of like any C# or .NET code. So from the Ravi Kiran. So Ravi Kiran is a developer, and again I'll be telling with him with the help of like .NET framework. Please develop your web applications with the help of MVC framework, Model View Control Framework, right? So with the help of that framework, you will be developing that application www.ravikiran.com. That application might be healthcare applications, like kind of like any healthcare applications. Once he develop that applications, is please know that like do I am first, is it understandable, right? Please let me know that like is it audible, right, everyone? And again please also know that like if I'm first, I'll be go slowly. Okay. Yeah, the main thing, like I want to make you to understand what is a container platform. Especially I'm talking about like www.ravikiran.com. That application, if they build with .NET or C# application, like that in one machine by installing the Docker engine. The Docker engine is called as a container platform. Docker is a company name. The container is a platform. What is the exactly container here? Sharing the operating system resource, right? Like that I can deploy, and again I can develop 10 kind of websites, and again I can deploy into the same Docker engine. I mean same host. So that's why like how much resource it want to take, it will take that much only. Yeah, right? Any confusions here next? Yeah. So that is what like the completely Docker deep dive here, and again custom Docker engines how to build, and again all these things, and again understanding Docker registry and again types, all this. Just a moment. Sorry. Like I got like one office. Actually, I'm sorry for this. Yeah. Right. So especially now I want to show like one of the small demo on this like with practically. I think like everyone are good at like in the same timings, right? Hello. Yes. And again, this is what like completely Docker files and again how to develop Docker files and again Docker networking and again Docker volumes and also like Docker images and again deep dive into how to deploy 3-tier web architecture. Anyone, any idea about like 3-tier web architecture? What is this exactly? Either Ravi, Shavant, Koteshwar, Murali, Swati Nayak, Venugopal. Any idea about like 3-tier web architecture? This one?
Yeah, it consists of three layers where
Okay.
the database layer, UI layer, and the business layer.
Okay.
Three different layers where we will differentiate the code in between these three layers and we write the code. Normally.
Exactly. Yes. So that's what like we are in some companies they're talking about like the front end layer and again the back end layer and again one more back end layer. The front end layer, the tools will be including that HTML, CSS, JavaScript, XML, Ajax somewhere. And again the same thing somewhere they're also interpreting that React.js. The backend server side scripting they're using Node.js, Python, Go language, C# coding with the .NET framework and again PHP. And again the last one database, either RDS database, either in the RDS databases, like we have two types. One is SQL data types, other one is like NoSQL data types. Either they can also use the any etcd key pair database, either any kind of documentation database, depending upon their requirements. Yes, when it comes into the 2-tier and again 3-tier, 2-tier application like only the business layer and again the logical layer. But the 3-tier, somewhere some of them they are calling as a business logic layer is also called as a business layer is also called as logic layer, and again the persistent layer is also called as application layer, and again the application layer is also called as a logical layer, right? So depending upon the terminologies, they're going to use the depending upon the companies. But basically, front end, back end, server side scripting, and again one more back end database. So persistent layer, application layer, database layer. There, right? These are the types of layers we have. That is what how to develop these 3 tiers of application. Especially in my classes, I'm using Node.js and again the Python Django applications. And again, already the application will be built with like any kind of Python Django applications and again Node.js. Yeah. And also like how to customize the Docker. And again, especially in a company, they required not experts. They require how to implement the logical with the microservices, especially take an example. What is the main challenges? I think no one is asking this question. You guys need to ask this question, especially how to reduce the Docker image sizes. Like if the image size is, suppose take an example, Ravi Kiran has been developed that application MVC with the .NET framework application. If that application might be 200 MB. So the name itself, it says that microservices. If it is application is 200 MB, I want to make that 200 MB to only 30 MB. How to reduce that without any downtime and again without any security breachings and again without any bottlenecks. All this kind of stuffs we need to understand. I think we need to build the custom Docker images to reduce the Docker images. Is it clear, right, everyone? Because in my classes and again these 3 tools, we are going to learn about like in depth and again what exactly the company requires and again how to make the applications. Especially when we talk about Docker, we should reduce the Docker images. We should reduce the Docker image size. Yeah. Yes. So you are basically, we have a 3-tier web architecture application. As a name itself, we says before going to the company, in learning centers or wherever it might be, or else like before in a company also, before they are planning like application layer, presentation layer, and again persistent layer, before and again logic layer, right? And again database layer. Before making their planning, they will be implementing that front end, the back end server side scripting, and again one more back end database. In the front end tools, we have a lot of tools, and again the server side scripting, those tools are different, and in the database tools are also different. Clear, right? Yes. So the main point here we need to discuss in the Docker, you guys need to come up with like advanced questions, and again, how the company will be making the reducing the Docker image sizes. How to reduce the Docker image sizes with writing a custom image, with writing a custom Docker files. Yes. And again, after that, we are understanding like Docker volumes and again Docker networking, and again Docker registry. Yes, advanced concepts, multi-stage Docker files, practical examples, and again real-time projects. How to create a web application with the domain name www.ravikiran.com with the Python Django applications, and again Node.js application also, and again Kubernetes. Yes, here we speak about like lot of advanced mode of like how to orchestrate the containers. So what is a Kubernetes here? Kubernetes is a container orchestration tool. We are discussing about like Kubernetes architecture, and again Kubernetes, high availability Kubernetes. Also, we are also learning here not only the as a developer part, we are also learning here developer come Kubernetes administrator part. How to provision a new cluster, how to take a backup of the cluster, and again how to make a security of a Kubernetes cluster, and again how to administrator your Kubernetes cluster. After that administration, you should plan for that like how to develop your applications, and again how to make the microservices to deploy into the high availability. Suppose take an example, www.ravikiran.com. That application, if I deploy into the Kubernetes, how I want to make with high availability without any downtime. And again, meanwhile, how to upload the version 1.0 to 2.0. All this kind of stuffs will be making here. Clear, right? And again, so especially we are going to involving here Kubernetes development part, and again Kubernetes administrator part, and again cluster security part, right? And again Kubernetes workloads. We are discussing about like Kubernetes workloads and again resources like scheduling the jobs, scheduling the pods, what is the replication controller, and again replica access, everything. And again Kubernetes services, load balancing, and again Kubernetes storages also. And again configuring workloads, especially this is very important. Config maps, secrets, and again how to make like resource management, and again pods and again containers, all these things. Next, scheduling. And again, yes, this part is very important. Nowadays, everyone knows that like Kubernetes, but no one knows still they are lacking in Kubernetes security, how to create a service accounts, and again, how to make, suppose I'll take an example. Now there is a one user Koteshwara. So Koteshwara, he should log into the one specific namespace to only one part, but he should not log into the any other namespaces, and again any other pods also. So for that, like I have to create a roles, how to make a role binding, cluster role binding, and again RBAC, all this kind of stuffs. This is what completely Kubernetes security perspectives, and again Kubernetes networking also, and backup, how to take the backups, and again how to restore, and again whatever we deploy that application to the pod level, how to monitor the endpoints, right? And again monitoring the, and again troubleshooting this Kubernetes cluster, and again other tools. How to make the CI/CD automation with LM charts, and again how to install LM chart, and again how to deploy that sample applications, and again real-time projects. Clear, right? And again this is a K9S. K9S is the advanced tool of IDE tool. Advanced IDE tools to visualize the Kubernetes. Okay. And also the last part, by installing the Argo CD, how to make the automation of CI/CD, we're going to into the Kubernetes cluster, right? And again, the projects on combination of Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, K9s, Argo CD. This is what like overall 45 days of a class with the real-time projects. And again, you guys need to come with like advanced concepts, not with the basic concepts. Clear, right? Like one of the sample basic advanced question, how to reduce the Docker image sizes in real time. The name itself, it says microservices. After taking this course also, if you're working in one of the company, if the Docker image sizes getting like 60 MB or 70 MB or 200 MB or 150 MB, you should make them to understand from 60 MB to 15 MB or 20 MB, how to convert that, and again how to reduce these caches, and again how to make this high availability, all these things. Clear, right? Yes. So I have a quick of one more session on this. So if all okay, so can we continue with tomorrow onwards with practical demo 1, demo 2, demo 3, demo 4 classes. Then again after that, so we can go with like next classes. Is it okay, everyone? If you have any questions, please let me know that. And again, this is what like all real-time projects and again, hands-on experience, not with a basic level. Yes, please.
Yes, one just question regarding this Kubernetes. What do you say about the Prometheus and Grafana integration logging?
Yes, that is a by default tools Prometheus and again Grafana, how to collect metrics and again how to fetch the metrics from exactly how where I'm getting all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Vishwa, if you learn this Jenkins, Docker, and Kubernetes, can you become a DevOps engineer or you have to study further?
Actually, I want to tell you one thing. DevOps is a collection of tools. There are like multiple phases here. I think I have written in the notepad here. Quickly, I will show on this phases. Okay. These are the multiple phases. To achieve these multiple phases, we have a lot of tools. Especially DevOps is nothing but as a operational perspectives, I'm speaking here, not a developer perspectives. DevOps, leave it about dev, only the operation. To achieve this operation perspectives, we have a multiple phases. Clear, right? Like just like I'm talking about like CI, CD, CD, only these areas. For these areas, we have only Jenkins. Clear, right? And again, after that, security. You have to learn about continuous security, cyber security concepts, how to make the, whenever I deploy www.ravikiran.com, when I deploy that application really in the practical, how many requests are coming, who is the hacker that hacking that, and again, what is the code vulnerabilities, and again, what is the cross-site scripting, what is the SQL injections, what is the brute force attacks, what is the DDoS attacks, what is the DOS attacks. For this, you should learn security tools. And again, for the monitoring, who is asking that? Someone is asking that question. I think Koteshwar or Murthy, someone monitoring, how we need to monitor containers, how we need to monitor the, what is that, servers. For that, like there is a monitoring tools. And in the logging tools, multiple tools like Splunk, ELK, logz.io, and again, multiple tools like that. Clear, right? But here, just container tool I'm running, we are running, and again, container orchestration tool, Kubernetes, Docker, and again, Jenkins. That's it. Especially nowadays, DevOps, it's not a DevOps, it's DevSecOps, Developer Security Operations. After writing the code, we should scan the code. Before building the package, we should find the code duplications. For that, like what and other stages will come. That's what very important. Is it okay, Shawan?
No, actually, no, not this. If you do only these three, we will work as a DevOps engineer. Question.
Yeah, you can work like a specific, like one of the company, like example, Tesco or SAP or any kind of Infosys company. If they are looking only Docker, Kubernetes, and again Jenkins, definitely you can become a DevOps engineer there.
Okay.
But in few companies, what they're looking, right? Cloud, Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes, Jenkins. If they're having this much knowledge, they can become an engineer. In some companies, they require only Azure and again Terraform skills.
Okay. Okay.
Like yeah.
So if we are into IT field, and then if we skip into this, in what level we'll go as a medium level or low level or
Example, like currently in which domain you're working? I mean, may I know that domain?
Yeah, I'm into PLSQL.
PLSQL, right? I mean, currently
Yeah.
you're in 10 years of experience, I think.
Oh, yes, it's more than that.
Okay, fine. Just take an example of 10 years experience. And after taking this Docker, Kubernetes, and again Git, and again Jenkins, these four tools, and again the monitoring like Prometheus, Grafana also, you can showcase the real-time project, what I'm doing, 4 years of experience. In the 10 years, 6 years you worked as a PLSQL, and in the 4 years you have worked as a DevOps engineer, and again I'm giving the support to the multiple projects. You can tell like that. And again, you can showcase that like 4 years of experience in the DevOps, and again, you can switch easily.
Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, but apart from this, these two tools, there is a one cloud is required, either Azure, either GCP, either AWS, because no one is interested in on-premises Kubernetes cluster. Everyone requires many of them cloud requirements. Okay. Any questions till now?
Do you say about any EKS or AKS the
Yes.
cluster?
Yes. So I'm doing the project, whatever the project we are deploying to the AWS EKS cluster. How to provision the EKS cluster, and again how to deploy on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any
Anything?
difference between AKS and EKS?
Yes, AK is nothing but like it is Azure Kubernetes Services, which is in Azure Cloud. GK is Google Kubernetes Engine in GCP Cloud. In AWS, Elastic Kubernetes Services in AWS Cloud.
I mean, if you learn one Kubernetes service, so
Yeah.
if you get any opportunity in future in our office on a different cloud Kubernetes service, so is it possible for us to work on that using this experience?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. Only the terminology is the difference.
That's it. That's it. Terminology is different. Yeah.
But the inside the commands and the everything, the way we debug and everything is same.
Yes. Yes. Can you wind up? Yes. Can you wind up on this session now?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Sure. If you have any doubts, please let me know that. So yeah. Yes, thank you. Everyone have a great day. Bye. I'm ending the session now. Thank you.
What is the time duration of this course totally? DevOps?
Yes. Yeah, this course is like every morning 8:30 a.m. to 9, sorry, 8:30 to 9:30. It's a 45 days.
Okay. How much days?
45 days, yeah.
45 days. Okay.
Yeah.
All DevOps we have to cover here.
Yes, yes.
All
Whatever that-
Jenkins, Kubernetes. All
Yes,
DevOps,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Monday to Friday, right? Or
Yes,
Monday
yes,
to
yes.
Saturday?
No, Monday to Friday.
Hey, can you please provide me recorded session today?
Yes, sure. And again, I think might be my management team will be recorded this one. They'll be sharing to the you. Okay, fine. Okay.
So daily 1 hour will be covered, right? Or
Sorry?
half an hour?
Sorry, I didn't get you. Sorry.
Daily 1 hour will be taking, right?
Yeah, daily 1 to 1 hour, 1.5 hour. Like that's it. Like
Okay. Thank you.
60 to 80 minutes. Yeah. So thank you, everyone. I need to jump to other meeting. So have a great day, everyone. Bye.